Metal Hellsinger VR is coming to Steam VR, PSVR2, and Quest 2 and 3. But as far as I know, the demo is currently only available on Steam VR, so I decided to play it and review it for anyone who is curious about this title but maybe doesn't have access to PC VR. Please note that the soundtrack to this video is AI generated and not an accurate representation of the music in the game for copyright reasons. You are the Unknown, a demon who had her voice stolen by the Judge, and now she will fight her way through hell to get it back. The style of Metal Hellsinger reminds me of a cross between the original Quake and Doom games if they were updated, but there are rhythm elements to this game that I have not seen before. If you shoot, slice, and dash to the beat of the songs, your attacks do extra damage, which I think is a cool enough mechanic, and the metal music is good, especially when you are in rhythm. You unlock weapons as you go, and during the demo you start with a sword, you unlock a magic skull, a shotgun, and a pair of pistols. There are green crystals you can shoot to regain health, and if you die you have 2 available respawns per level, but they cost you a lot of your points. As your multiplier builds from hitting foes in rhythm, or by collecting power-ups, the soundtrack becomes more intense, with vocals only being included when you are towards the highest multiplier, which I believe caps out at 16 times. I wasn't able to keep the vocals for very long during my play sessions, unfortunately, which is one of the main reasons why I want to get better at this title. If you deal damage in rhythm, you have a chance to finish off your foes with a sword dash attack that will drop some health. What I didn't like about the game is that the reload and dash attacks feel sluggish. Sometimes I was unsure if I even successfully triggered a reload because they have drawn out animations. I would have preferred that the reload was either instantaneous or a manual VR action that I have control over, so that I am aware of whether or not the gun is in fact reloading while I am dodging attacks from enemies. When a creature is vulnerable to a dash attack, there is a controller symbol placed on them showing you which button to press, and when you hit it, your character pulls out the sword, stands there for a second, and then does the dash. I feel like this is also unnecessary and jarring for a rhythm-based game. Both actions feel kinda janky to me and pulled me out of the beat of the music. This might be something that you get used to as you get further into the game, but I played through the demo twice and they still very much felt funky to me. I'm not the most rhythmic person, so I found that counting a 4/4 time signature in my head as I played helped improve my game. But then I would have to re-find the beat every time I dashed or reloaded, and there were a lot of times when my reload didn't work. Switching weapons felt a little clunky too. You press down on the right thumbstick, highlight the weapon you want, and hopefully it switches to that weapon. But it didn't do it reliably enough that I would feel comfortable swapping weapons on the fly. Despite a few mechanics being imperfect in my opinion though, the music, atmosphere, and game style were all great. At the end of each level there is a boss fight, and the boss will also spawn lower level mobs during the fight. Metal Hellsinger VR launches on September 26th on Steam VR, PSVR2, and Quest 2 and 3. If you pre-order it, you get the Dream of the Beast DLC for free, which includes a song, 3 outfits that each have their own perks, and a gun called the Red Right Hand. Metal Hellsinger VR can be pre-ordered now from PSVR2 for $24.99, or it can be pre-ordered on Steam VR or Quest for $29.99. Let me know if you are getting this and what platform you are grabbing it for in the comments. Thank you for watching, don't forget to subscribe, and game on!